How's 100-mile training going?
Pretty easy. Ooh, a snake!
Stop it.
Where are we at today, Stina?
Alright, today is September 14th. We're at Devil's Lake State Park. We're how lucky that we get an 80-degree day on September 14th.
I know, this is pretty awesome. It's starting out at like a nice mid-60s.
Yeah.
And then by the time, well, hopefully by the time I'm done running, it'll be in the 80s. Because I'm not sure how far I'm running today.
And why is that, sir?
I have had some knee issues for a while. I finally got into a doctor and found out that my fall back in early July resulted in a chip in my kneecap or something, because I have a loose chunk of bone or cartilage floating around behind my knee. I've been okayed to run by my doctor. I don't get to see the sports medicine for another 3 weeks. So I'm going out for a run today. I have 33 miles on my plan. If my run goes well and I go through the whole 33 miles without, too much pain or suffering, I will continue training for my 100-miler. If the run goes really crappy and I cut it off at like however many miles it takes for my knee to feel crappy, I'm done. I'll be trying to defer until next year, and I guess going into an off season and trying to get my issues resolved. Worst case scenario, things go mediocre and I still have a question mark. So it'll be interesting to see how today pans out, how my run goes. No matter what, I'm going into the mindset that I'm just going to be enjoying a day of beautiful weather in a beautiful state park, and hopefully it's just going to be a good day regardless of how the run goes.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
Well, it's way too early to be happy. We're only like a mile in, but so far, twinges, but nothing terrible. I guess I'll clarify a little bit why, if this run goes poorly, I'm just gonna quit my training for the season. So I've had a lot of missed runs, a lot of cross training instead of runs, and a few long runs on the lever. And so at this point, if I'm not actually getting out on the trail and getting the actual work in, I feel like I'll be so poorly prepared for the ultra I'm signed up for that it's gonna go so bad that even if I do manage to get healthy, by the time race day comes along, it's just gonna go really bad for me. 5 miles out from the car. It seems like the trekking poles have certainly helped reduce the strain on my knee. So I'm actually feeling pretty good at this point. I'm gonna turn around. Hopefully Stina's in the vicinity of the car by the time I get back there. I can refuel, otherwise I will just fill up my water bottles and keep going. Right now I am out on the Merrimack segment of the Ice Age Trail, connecting up after the Devil's Lake segment. So it's been relatively flat, and I really haven't been on any of these trails since I did Dances with Dirt a couple of years ago. And I forget how nice it is out here. Of course, it's always nice out in the woods usually. Right now I'm in a little wetlands restoration area just outside of Devil's Lake State Park on the Merrimack Ice Age Trail segment. And it's really nice out here. It's a little more overgrown than the park areas, but there's a lot of nice wildflowers and getting those first hints of fall with some changing leaves in the prairie behind me, which is really making nature pop today. Hopefully I'm not running through any wild parsnip that will fill me with regrets later, but I haven't really seen any, so fingers crossed. I'm gonna get moving again. There's been a couple of intersections I took out here. I'm only slightly worried I will miss a turn, but you know, c'est la vie. There's just a lot of tall grass to run through. I moved away from the crowds on the lake, and I'm running on the rescue roads out on top of the bluff, and sort of have that worst case scenario where everything just feels okay-ish. Nothing really hurts, but it doesn't really feel great. So yeah, I guess my plan is keep training.
A week later, we went to the Mines of Spain course preview run. A great group of both experienced finishers and first-timers showed up, all eager to get some peak training miles in.
Hey, to all you doing this for your first time, awesome for you first time here. I just want to say, like, thanks to Josh and Michelle. I mean, they put on a fucking amazing event, right? I mean, there's no thing about it. The aid stations out here kick ass, but I will say Catisse is going to be the best fucking aid station there. Not only that, but we have 99% of the volunteers at that aid station do endurance events. So they get it. They're here to support you. They're here to love you and help you. They're also here. You do not fucking quit at our aid station, okay? 2 miles down the road at Sock Fox, you can quit there, but don't quit at our aid station.
He didn't mention this, but he is also the captain of the Catisse.
Yeah. We are loud and we are obnoxious, okay? So, or maybe that's just me.
Yes.
So.
Get in there. Come on, buddy.
Don't quit at ours.
All right, smile, guys. 3, 2, 1.
The course preview gave me a great feel for the community this race has built, and the beautiful challenging terrain. Whenever I tell someone that I'm training for the Mines of Spain, they ask, is that in Spain? Or if they've actually done the race, I'm always told about the stairs. There were, in fact, a lot of stairs.
Michael and I are crashing. Hey!
You guys are backlit, you know that? And someone's behind you?
We're not smart. We sign up for 100-mile races.
How's it going? Amazing.
The best part about the course preview run was the opportunity to run with some veteran finishers and get some race day intel, and take in the great views.
doing 15 today. The drop back week.
That makes sense.
Turned at 7.5.
Well, I think
A little more than that.
almost 9 miles in.
Yeah.
Still feeling pretty good.
And then I'll
No knee flare-ups.
taper.
And you've been training with Hop.
The official supported course preview run was 20 miles, but I had 38 miles on my plan and kept going.
What mile are you at?
Probably 30. My Garmin died.
Oh no.
I stopped it at 29 because it was almost dead.
Okay, you just dropped it.
Don't drop shit.
All right, so around mile 30.
Yeah, right about 30.
Okay.
Knee had one little twinge around like the marathon point, and then after that it's been pretty okay.
Yeah.
I've just been still dialing it down on the descents, and that seems to be helping a lot. I use the poles for a little bit, but I feel like I've gotten enough elevation. I think I'm pretty close to 4,000 feet of vert so far.
Yeah.
So I'm probably
if you've
just...
got a tender knee, like there's no point, like, you know, it's gonna be hard at race day. It doesn't matter if you do 4,000 or 5,000 today.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt on race day.
It's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp on what I'm dealing with here. So I think my last, I might not make it to a full 38. It's kind of hot and miserable. So I'm probably just gonna do maybe 4 or 5 miles on the roads back and forth here, and then call it a day.
So I don't know if he knows this. So I ran earlier. I ran 15 miles, and the road he's talking about. Funny story. So I was just driving into the state park. We were parked at a county park with this group run. So I just drove over to the state park because I wanted to go do like some pictures and stuff. And then he just happened to see me lost trying to find the park. So we miraculously, not miraculously, what's a good word? We met. It was by chance. It was, because we're connected.
The fates aligned, and we lined up. I was running low on water.
Yeah.
He was running low on knowledge of the area. And it worked out.
Yeah.
And here we are together.
Yeah, so we met by chance, which is duh, we're connected, so that makes sense. So, yeah, the road he's talking about running back and forth on, it's all in the blazing sun, so I don't know how that's going to feel any better than the trail.
Though I'm very lucky, I have a superpower for running on this road, because the road is right in front of a sewage treatment plant. And everyone in the run group, because the course does go past it, was just like, whoa. And I'm just like, I have no problems with this at all.
It gets better at the noon hour.
I managed to twist Dina's arm to join me for the last few miles.
So two successful runs in a row.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel less cautiously optimistic and more just like I can probably still do this. So
then since you had 2 good ones, I'm not your coach.
Yeah.
But I would take a really big step back this week.
Yeah, I should mention that to Heidi. Be like, the last 2 weeks, pretty tough. Like to dial it back. I mean, I think next week I'm still 20 or 27. So maybe I'll.
In total, I logged 34 miles with 4,500 feet of gain for the day. It was a great training day.
It's a beautiful, crisp fall morning today in the UW Arboretum. I'm out here for my last training run before the Mines of Spain 100-miler, which is coming up in 6 days and is so real that I just laid awake in bed for 45 minutes staring at the ceiling last night instead of sleeping. It's been a roller coaster of a training session, mainly due to falling and smashing my knee back in July, which has caused me to shorten some training sessions because of knee pain mid-run, to just straight out skip runs and do cross training. So it's the first time I'm actually going into a race not knowing whether I'm going to be able to cover the distance. Not since probably 2016 Ironman, which was my first one. And I was so intimidated by the distance, I'm just like, well, hopefully I can finish. And that's kind of how I'm feeling going into the Mines of Spain. It's not just the physical part of it, you know, of knee pain or random other muscle fatigue, but also just the mental fortitude I know it's going to take to get through the last 35 miles of distance that I've never hit in any race or run before. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited. I've got pacers and crew lined up, at least pacers for like the last 30 miles ish. Even if things don't go my way, I think it's still going to be a really fun experience. As far as goals, I think my main goal is just to finish. I know my initial goal going into training was to hit under 24 hours. I know that's probably a bit of a pipe dream, knowing that training wasn't 100% and, you know, doing your first 100 miler probably doesn't go super easy. So realistically, I would like to finish by noon on Saturday, which is going to be 28 hours for the full distance. If I can do less than that, I'll be super stoked. If I do more than that, but I still finish, that's just going to be awesome. What's up, turkeys? Oh. Do turkeys know how far 100 miles is? It's really freaking far.